going on? My name's Marcus, and I kind of want to take a look at a little company called TONOR. Now, I've used TONOR microphones in the past. I had two of them, actually. One was like this little tiny guy. It was like gold looking. I don't know. They're usually cheaper microphones and on the cheaper side, so I figure why not take a look at one of the ones I have, which at the time I want to say it was probably about $30 or so, and it came with the whole setup. It came with the boom arm and the pop filter, all that stuff. In which I do have the boom arm, and I still use it because it's actually a pretty decent boom arm. Obviously, it makes little noises here and there, but it's pretty good. So we'll jump over there and see how the microphone sounds now.
Alright, so it's been a little bit, and now I'm finally jumping in. The TONOR microphone, more specifically the TONOR XLR condenser microphone professional cardioid studio mic kit with T20 boom arm, shock mount, pop filter for recording, podcasting, voiceover streaming, home studio, YouTube. This microphone is the TC20, which I'm going to assume means TONOR condenser 20. Currently, what you're hearing is kind of like the setup that I have for my Neat Worker Bee, in which this has all the filters that I use for it. The gain, the compressor, and the limiter. Those are the only ones I use when I'm recording. I don't know why. I don't use noise suppression. I don't use noise gate. Obviously, those are more for like if there's a lot going on, then pop those on. For me, I am going to stop listening to myself because I start getting confused on the words that I'm hearing. The TONOR microphone, now this one kind of like, I've realized it picks up a lot of noises all around, and that can be kind of like a make or break for a lot of microphones. I mean, you can put on noise suppression, you can put on noise gate, but at the same time, this microphone will, still be able to pick up a lot of background noise as much as it would try to suppress those noises from behind. So with this microphone, I want to kind of go through and take away the filters that I actually have on it. And I mean, you could probably hear me clicking just due to the positioning of the microphone. I would have had it over here, but my mic boom arm isn't long enough, and moving that one's just too much. So I will take off the gain control that I have for it. That will give it a little bit more gain when I have the compression on, and after having the limiter on, and then I don't really have to mess with my audio interface too much. But we'll take the compressor off and then the limiter off. Now I'm able to break the sound barrier with my voice, which obviously if you're playing games, streaming, or just recording videos, that can be very dangerous for people's ears. So for me, I don't want to get too close to the microphone at this current point in time. I've already hit into the red as I'm recording. So this microphone is, honestly, it's not bad. It's not a bad microphone for how much I paid for it. Allow me to try to refresh my memory here. This microphone was, well, it currently stands at $50. Now that's with the entirety of the kit. You get a very quality boom arm. You get a pop filter. You get the microphone itself, an XLR cable. Like, a lot of the things that you get are useful. And there's a lot of useful things that are within this kit that they wanted to shove together. That's one thing that you can usually rely on when going for the cheaper end of microphones, is usually they're going to slam in all their accessories in there, which obviously the microphone might not be the best, but you get some accessories with it, so that's pretty cool. Whether or not the accessories are of high grade, that's a different story. My boom arm here is a blue boom arm that I use for this, and that was $100 boom arm. That's a whole different story. Accessories can make or break, but oftentimes they can be expensive. This one, it can be a little noisy here and there. You might be able to hear a little bit of it. At the same time, this microphone's build quality obviously isn't going to be perfect. It is quite a plastic microphone, and it's kind of hollow inside. I can say that as much as this is attached to the entire getup, the Neat Worker Bee is kind of like a chunky boy, and it's kind of, it has some weight, it has some heft to itself. Granted, it is a bigger microphone, like just size wise, whereas this is literally this, it's about that big. That's how I measure, I guess. This is a very much smaller microphone, and that could mean that it doesn't have as much better with sound, where there's a lot of microphones that are like the large diaphragm microphones. Those ones are primarily give a much fuller sound to them, whereas smaller ones like these and cheaper microphones like these will have a much more higher and tinnier type of sound, which if you have a certain type of voice, even my voice, I don't really like it necessarily through this microphone, but it is what it is. Looking at the specs of the TONOR TC20, it's confusing. I don't really read microphone specs. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not that type of person. You got a capsule size of 16 millimeters. That's what's in the grill here. Frequency response is 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. I couldn't really necessarily tell you about these. It's why I rather use the microphone, so you can kind of hear what it's going to sound like after you apply filters and everything, or even before you apply filters. You can kind of hear how it's going. So I'm going to finish this video off with my normal microphone, my normal condenser microphone, and you can kind of see the difference in that point. Oh, O'Reilly Auto Parts. Ow. Cut that out. So that's that. Hopefully that was helpful. This is the relative review of let's pull it out of this. The TONOR TC20. Now that I'm back on my relatively regular microphone, you can hear the sound differences, if there is any. Allow me to sit here and you can watch me remove the filters I have, the gain, compressor, and the limiter. And this is more of the natural sound of my Neat Worker Bee. If you enjoy it, the Neat Worker Bee, when I bought it, was $100, and I really like this microphone. I use it for music and all that stuff. It's really enjoyable. It's really fun. Now, allow me to re-input all my stuff, and now this is what you would normally hear with if I'm using this microphone for all various kinds of things. So hopefully you had a educational experience with the little thingy here. Let me put this right up to the gotta get right in front of me because I can't like understand what I'm doing. Come on. Whoa, that was uncomfortable. If you like the video, like it. If you want to sub, you can do that. I will keep working on stuff. I kind of want to do like a few different things. Just kind of like some different stuff. I've been like trying to do this recording all day, so I'm kind of like looped out. Also, it's getting warm in here. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Have fun. Bye. Enjoy. Whoa.